I mean, this man, Jim, we have seen interviews with him. This man is just going bizarre.
You know, for a long time, we've seen Psydsho carry the noses to the ring, and now I guess we're finally getting an idea of what it means. He's talking about the clowns that he's killed, Frank. What are the voices? I don't even understand.
I am not sure. The fans, they kind of rally behind Psydsho. We saw Psydsho and Brian Zane, where Psydsho, as he said, took pity on Brian Zane and rolled him on top for the pin, but then shoved him in a locker.
You know, so many people want to climb the ladder in Portland wrestling. They want the title, they want the gold, they want the money, they want the prestige, which comes with climbing the ladder in Portland wrestling. Caden Matthews has seen it. Adam Thornstowe has now seen it.
Absolutely.
Dr. Luther. So many people have seen it. But I got to be honest with you, Frank. Psydsho plays this like, and I hate to be trite about it, like his own carnival. It's his own drug. He needs the fix, he needs the pain, and right now he's looking at Brian Zane as his own private pain dealer.
Well, and a beautiful move by Brian Zane, who has been working out extra hard in the ring, looking at a lot of tapes, trying to get that experience, but you can only really get true experience inside the ring, and Psydsho has really taught this young man a lesson several times. But you mentioned Psydsho, he likes the pain, but then he just is so remorseful about it, Jim.
You know, it's almost like you wake up the next morning and you feel regret. We've all been there, regardless of whether what our mistake was or our infidelity was, and that's where Psydsho is at. But when he's between those ropes, make no mistake about it, this is his fix. This is what he wants. The question is, can Brian Zane give it to him?
Well, Brian Zane clearly very upset about some of the treatment that Psydsho gave him. Embarrassing the young man by putting him in a locker. A high school type prank done by Psydsho on the young man.
Exactly.
Who wants to get into pro wrestling, drops a big leg. Very impressive so far against Psydsho. There's a pin, 1-2. Referee Tom Castor, third man in the ring for this big matchup. You know, we haven't seen Albert McClure since that heavyweight title match several weeks ago here in Portland.
Well, how can you blame him? I mean, his kids are on a frickin' milk carton, Frank. He's got to be out looking for his kids. I mean, wrestling is wrestling, and wrestling is important, but not as important as your kids.
No, absolutely not. Look at the suplex, and he holds on. Shades of Chris Benoit rolling him over. I told you he's been studying tapes. That's what you have to do. Learn some moves, practice them, work on them, and see if they work. But a man like Psydsho, the size advantage just backfired.
You know, when we're kids, you know, maybe you take a drink when you're in high school. Maybe you take a drink when you're in college. Over time, you need to drink more and more and more. And that's where Psydsho's at. He needs more and more pain.
Oh, my goodness. Chicken
and
winged
Brian
him right
Zane
down.
ain't giving it to him.
No. Man, you mentioned drinking. If you've had too much to drink sometime, hey, don't drive yourself. Call Broadway Cab, great sponsor on Portland Wrestling, 503-227-1234. That's 503-227-1234. They'll get you home safely. Get a ride the next day and pick up your car, Jim.
Not only sometime, every time.
Absolutely. Psydsho outside the ring. Brian Zane has not moved since that maneuver.
But look at this. Psydsho is
You hear him? You hear him?
I don't hear anything.
They won't stop yelling in my ear.
Psydsho, he's talking about voices.
I don't know what he's talking about. They won't stop yelling in his ear, and neither will he. Is he talking about the clowns, Frank?
I'm not sure, but look, he's got a chair. This is one crazy individual. You know, he got a lot of his tattoos, in fact, all his tattoos at Captain Jack's, and he was going to lay a tattoo on Psydsho, but referee, good move by Brian Zane. 3, it is all over. Tom Castor has counted 3. Psydsho has lost by Brian Zane, not by being pulled on top. That is a real win for Brian Zane, his first as a professional inside Portland wrestling.
Congratulations to Brian Zane.
You're the sissy. I'm not going to take that off. All right. Brian, I asked you once, and I told you what was going to happen. And guess what? No, this guy right here, this is your friend, obviously. He says, we should give Brian a chance. That's what we should give him a chance. Because, you know, he's He's, you know, he's a human, he's got a heart, and he beats and blood and all that stuff. Shut your mouth! This guy over here, though, he says we should do little things a little bit more drastic. I like the way you think. I'm sorry I had to put you where I put you, but it's all right. Brian, one thing is for sure. You're gonna have to pay for what happened. And I don't know. This is one of the two things I can do. I can let it go, which I don't think that's gonna happen. Or do what he says. That's right. I think it's time that I have to put you with the rest of these guys. I'm gonna kill you, Brian. Hey! Which one of you said that? That doesn't matter. I already took care of these guys once and for all. Well, not really. No, you are.